hi everyone. Hello, hello. My name is Audrey. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. And yeah, also thank you to everyone who just were very kind and sent a lot of encouraging notes and messages about our cat Aslan. So if you missed the news, I shared in the community post as well as the live stream last week that we had to put our cat down, Aslan, and he is a very, very special cat to me. He makes several appearances in my videos, so make sure to check those out. And yeah, he's my little guy. He's my little guy. The first week, so we put him down last Monday, so exactly a week ago. So that first week was really, really difficult. And I think just, yeah, you just see reminders of him, everywhere. The routines that we would normally do are no more. The things that he would play with or the things that he used are like, yeah, they're just not being used, and they become like almost like treasures, like we don't want to taint them, or we don't want someone else or a different pet to ruin them. So yeah, so we're definitely still going through the grieving process. And yeah, I definitely needed to just take that whole week off. I did still had to teach workshops and like things that were already scheduled, I still had to do. But I tried to, like during the day at least, like try to take it easy as much as I could. So yeah, thank you so much just for being very understanding, very kind. Yeah. Hi, Linda. Hello. So glad you're here. Oh, well, this month I do want to paint because it's been a long time, and I just need to kind of get back into it. So I have my watercolors here. I also brought out these watercolors. So these glitter watercolors are from MAB Watercolors. And I'll make sure to put a link in the description box. One second, let me find it because I definitely have a link. And I want to make sure that you guys have the latest. Yeah, I do take a small, like it's an affiliate link. So yeah, one second. I think what I love about these watercolors, if you didn't watch that video, is that it actually looks really good on white watercolor paper. So even today, I'm going to I'm going to show you how it looks on white watercolor paper, and you'll be like really surprised. So, okay, so here is that link to that class or to her website. So this is what it looks like on black watercolor paper. I mean, it is stunning. Like, don't get me wrong, right? But then like on white watercolor paper, like it looks just as stunning. And I think it's actually very hard to make glitter watercolor paint that looks like just as stunning on white paper as it is on black, because so many people use it on black and it is shiny. I mean, look at that, but on the white it is equally stunning, if not more. There are a couple colors where it actually stands out more on the white paper. So definitely a unique feature. So let me put those aside. Hello, hello. Oh, hi, K13 Raz. I'm wondering if that's Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. Yeah, the jewel toned ones. Ooh, I'm so glad you got them. I hope you really like them. Yes, they just look stunning. And again, like not everyone has black watercolor paper, So I love that they are like, yeah, just gorgeous on white watercolor paper. Okay, let's get into it. So today I wanted to paint ornaments. yeah. So I have my stencils here. If you don't have stencils, oh, hi, Kaylin, yay. So if you don't have stencils, like that's totally okay. I usually use like a washi tape roll, or if you have, a jar, just use the bottom of it. Or, if you don't really care, like if you're not that much of a perfectionist, then just, just do it. I also do have ugh, I do have, like one of those compass things, but I like barely use this. But maybe I should have used this too. But anyway, I think this is easier. I think something easy like this was probably like $6 on Amazon. I think this is well worth it. The only thing is I had to buy a different stencil to get even tinier circles, because the smallest circle is only an inch, like 1.25 inches. So it's still kind of big. So I had to get an even smaller stencil, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, let's make some room. Oh, Linda, you have the same one? That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay. So I'm using my sketchbook that I used during my 100-day project. Let me see. So the last 2 weeks ago, the live stream was about, these pine trees, beautiful. And so today I want to paint some ornaments. So yeah, if you have any questions, about watercolor or even about my cat Aslan, like I would love to talk about him and, just share like some of my favorite memories. I did want to share some memories with him just to help you kind of understand like what a great cat he was, and why, he's just so important to me. Sorry, I'm just like getting my workspace set up. All right. Let's see. So because my paper is 5.5 by 5.5, I'm going to use my round size 6 brush. I'm also going to use my larger brush. Let's see. This is a round size 10, although some of the hairs are like, ooh, they're not looking so hot. So maybe I'll use this one. This is a size 8, round size 8, and a round size 6. Okay. Oh, not very good at using compasses. I know these are a little bit tricky. I feel like it takes a little bit of practice, and I don't always like the pencil that it comes with, because it might be, the graphite might be too thick, or not thick, like too dark, and then you have a hard time erasing it. So yeah, not my favorite, but it is just easy to use if you know how to use it, and especially if you are like doing small circles like right next to each other, it's pretty easy to use. Whereas a stencil, like this is pretty see-through, but it's kind of hard to place circles like right next to each other. So pros and cons of, all these kinds of tools, right? All right, let's see. But yeah, so again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. This is the best time, like when you have, someone who's live and is able to answer questions. This is the best time for you to ask your burning questions. And then again, if you're interested in learning more about my cat, Aslan, I would love the excuse to talk about him some more. But anyway, okay. I really need to find like a smaller watercolor set, because it is just too big. It takes up too much room. Okay. Well, let's paint some ornaments. I think I'm going to just do 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see, how big should they be? Ooh, a little smaller than that. Maybe 1. Will another one fit? Nope. So these are 5.5. So I can't do maybe 2.5-inch circles. I think I can fit 2 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if I can fit 5. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 1 will be kind of off the page. Nah, I don't know if I like that, actually. 2. Maybe just 2-inch circles then, or 2 1/4. Maybe 2 1/4. Okay, I'll do 2 1/4. Yeah, I agree, Linda. I do like these stencils better. Yeah. All right. And I'm also using this drafting pencil. So the drafting pencil helps to kind of like use a lighter touch so it doesn't deposit as much graphite. So it's very light, and I really, really like that. There's one. Do one down here. There we go. I think I can fit 5. Perfect. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, I was a little off screen there. Okay. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay. All right. Well, I wish I had prepared a more Christmassy playlist, but I did not. That's on me. That's on me. I should have. That's okay. Learning to be okay with, issues or problems. That's okay. All right. So for my ornaments, let's see. What colors should we do? Well, my Christmas collection was like pink and greens. So maybe I'll stick with that kind of color scheme. I'm trying to think. I do like pastel colors. So maybe pastel colors? Well, let's first wet these. I'm also thinking maybe I'll just do something that's not even like really Christmassy. Like for example, like I like doing things like adding greenery, like in random places, or yeah, I don't know. So I'm just trying to make some more room because I had to change my setup a little bit over the week, and that seriously, that watercolor palette is so big. I'm having a hard time figuring out where to put it. Okay, I think I found a spot now. Yeah, I'm trying to think what colors. Let's see. Oh, Caitlin, that's a really great question. How did I pick the name Aslan? Well, I'll tell you that story as I start painting. So I'm going to do the wet on wet with most of these. So the name Aslan comes from the series of books, The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, and Aslan is the name of the lion that's in that book series. And so when I first saw Aslan at the foster place, the rescue foster home, he was super energetic, really rambunctious. He was actually chasing another cat. And then when I found out that he's actually up for adoption, well, actually, no, there were some other cats that I actually wanted, but they were not up for adoption, or you had to adopt 2 of them together. And I was like, oof, I don't know if I can adopt both cats, So then I just kind of kept looking around, and then he just kind of like zoomed by, the side of my eye. And then his color is like a, very light cream kind of color. And just when I saw him, I asked obviously what his name is, first of all, and then they said that his name was Don Juan. Now, and I was like, wait, what? Don Juan? No, that's not going to be his name. You know, like I wanted to try to keep his original name if possible, you know, because not that he really knows, but, you know, just to like honor the people who rescued him and, you know, everything like that and cared for him. But when I learned that his name was Don Juan, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't call him Don Juan. So then that's when I decided to call him something else. And then because of his color, because he just seemed so, yeah, energetic, so yeah, just so full of life. I was like, you know what? I think Aslan is actually a really great name. So yeah, very, very appropriate. All right. I think I'm gonna do kind of like pinks and greens and reds maybe. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people who are, you know, familiar with the Chronicles of Narnia are, you know, instantly recognize his name. And it's okay if you don't recognize his name, but yeah, there are some people who are, you know, C.S. Lewis fans or Chronicles of Narnia fans, and they're like, wait, is he named after that lion? And I'm like, yes, you got it. Um, but yeah, another name that I thought about was Monet, and that's because like you know I just love Monet, the artist, and his work. So I thought about that. But Aslan seemed a little bit more appropriate. So what I'm doing right now is the wet on wet technique. So what I did first was I wet the area, and I made sure that my paper was not too wet. And I have a whole video about the wet on wet technique and how different levels of wetness affects, you know, the paint spreading and things like that. But fun fact about Holbein watercolors is that they actually are missing an ingredient called oxgall. So OX hyphen GALL. So oxgall is a dispersing agent that is mixed into paint, so that when you have oxgall, the paint tends to like kind of you know spread out spontaneously when it's in a wet area. But because Holbein doesn't have oxgall, these paints don't spread as unpredictably or spontaneously. They still spread, you know, but there's a little bit more control. And it's definitely a Japanese thing because Holbein is a Japanese art brand. And I think they just prefer a little bit more, like just a little bit more control over where the paint is applied. Because if you look at, you know, Japanese art, not just contemporary, but even, you know, like in the past, a lot of the art is like very precise. You know, sometimes they have outlines. And so, yeah, it's not usually like all over the place. So it kind of makes sense that it translates into not including oxgall in their watercolor paints as well. So I actually prefer that a little bit too. Yeah. Oh, Linda, yeah. You read all the books, you have the DVDs. I mean, those are some great movies. I was like, why didn't they continue making the movies? I mean, there's 9 books, you know? I expected 9 movies. I was a little disappointed in that. But the 2 movies that did come out, right? The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then Prince Caspian, right? Did they come out with Voyage of the Dawn Treader? I think that was another one. I don't remember if the movie came out. I think they also said that they were going to do a series, a TV series. I might have missed that. I don't think I watched that. But yeah, but I really did enjoy the movies. I love the books. My mom, way back in the day when she was learning, you know, English, because she's not from here, obviously. Um, when she was learning English, she had actually read the books in Korean. And then when we moved to the US, she kind of wanted to challenge herself and then started reading the books actually in English. And I mean, all props, like so many props to her. Like, I'm so proud of her, but she actually finished the entire book in English. And obviously she had already read it, so she understood a lot of it, but she said that she, was able to comprehend a lot of it and didn't really have to reference what she had read in Korean so many years ago. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. So yeah. So I have a lot of memories, yeah, with that book, the series, all of that. Yeah. Oh, Kaylin, you grew up watching the BBC version? I didn't know that they had one. Oh, wow. He's on the British channel a few years ago. Yeah. Wow. No, I love that there's like all this connection. I love it. Yeah, Aslan it's interesting because people pronounce Aslan differently, and that's fine. Um, yeah, I think depending on whether you're coming from the British angle or whether you're very Americanized, or if you're, if English isn't your first language, like they all say Aslan a little bit differently. And I think it's just interesting. Like, I think my dad, because he's more fluent in Korean, and when he first learned English, he actually learned British English. So he says Aslan's name kind of more like Aslan. Um, so it's very different from how I call him. And then I've seen some people say like Aslan, putting the accent on the second syllable. So yeah, just different ways. Different ways. All right, what am I doing? Okay, let's keep painting these. Caitlin, thank you also for your order in my shop, or your shop order not too long ago. I hope everything arrived safely. And yeah, just thank you so much. I really appreciate those of you like Caitlin who have ordered not just once, but also multiple times. Like I think I shared it in a studio vlog, but it really means a lot to me because it shows that you guys actually really like our stuff and that you're willing to, yeah, purchase again, and that you trust us. I think that just, it means a lot. So thank you. Thank you. My store, my online shop is going to close for the holiday season on actually this Wednesday. So if you were curious about buying anything, make sure to get them very soon because it's going to close in 2 days. Okay, good. That's good. All right, as you can see, I'm also leaving a little bit of a highlight like on the top right of all of these ornaments. And it's just slight, like I'm not going for hyper realism. I never do. So I'm just going for slight realism just so that it doesn't look like a blob. Okay. Yeah, the wet on wet technique is so much fun. But getting the paper wetness right is like half the battle, Again, you don't want it to be too wet. You don't want it to be too dry. Ooh, this purple was a lot, this pinkish purple was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I wanted to fade it out a little bit more. Ooh, okay. I'm definitely also coloring outside the circle, but that's okay. Let it go. Oh, that one was really bad. That's okay. I'm choosing to let it go and not be, too upset about it. Yeah, this paint is also the kind that really stains. So of course it's like really sinking in there. That's okay. I will admit this past week I've been practicing how to do like an like a glittery type of ornament. So I'm hoping to record that tutorial very soon because I think glitter is really hard to capture unless you're using, metallic watercolors. I mean, come on. But I think there is a technique to be able to, yeah, really make them stand out. So, okay. All right, let's add designs. Let's see what we got here. I pulled up some photos online. Like I just Googled, not Googled, I looked up on my royalty free image sites, like, ornaments or Christmas tree and ornaments, just so I can see what kind of varieties are out there. And there's a lot of, unique designs that we can do. So I think for this pink one, I do like just doing plain greenery. So this one, I'll do what I am most known for, which is my greenery. You know what? I'm going to use a smaller brush. I just realized the size 6 might be a little bit too big. So here's a size 4. Size 4 might even be a little bit too big, but let's see. No, the size 4 is pretty good. I'm just grabbing some more paint so that it's not as transparent. Yay. I think I'll add some red berries just to kind of make the green sort of pop out. Oops. Yay! Seriously, one of my favorite ways to fill in a shape. Just add leaves. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some berries with this ruby color, and let me just tell you that it's gonna be stunning. So I'm using an even smaller brush. Let me just activate that. And it activates so easily too. Just like, look how creamy, so creamy. It's already transferring to my brush. Beautiful. Okay. Mm. Pick up some more. Love, love, love how this is turning out. Oh my goodness. And then I don't know if you guys can see that shine, but oh my. Yeah, hopefully you can see that shine. Ah, beautiful. Okay. We'll add the little baubles later, but for now, I'm really happy with that. Really happy. Okay. All right, if you're watching right now, please make sure to give this video a like. I would really appreciate that. Let YouTube know that my content is cool. Okay, I kind of want to add a little bit more dimension to this one. It's looking a little pale. So I'm just picking up some of the color just directly from the palette, watering it down just a bit. And then just going to add another layer. Like not too dramatic. Okay. And then sort of fade that out with a clean brush. And it's okay if it looks a little messy because, you know, you're going to cover a lot of that up again. I'm going to do the same with this tealish color. Just add another layer to darken up the value. And then soften up the edges. I don't mind like messy edges like this. I mean, some people really don't like it, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm usually okay with slightly messier edges. Okay, well, since I did just add another layer to these two, I'm going to skip adding details on those and then go back to something else. I think for this one, I want to do one of those like, like those like stripes. Should I have it vertical or going sideways? Maybe vertical. Let's do that. And I think I want to use one of these color changing ones. So what's cool about her watercolor, she has a couple where they change colors depending on the angle that you're looking at. So let me show you while those are drying. So there's this one here called Sea Sparkle. And so like at this angle, it kind of looks grayish, bluish, right? So take a look at that, right? And then I kind of angle it somewhere else and then it looks kind of greenish, right? Same thing with this fire opal. So this fire opal was like my favorite. Like look at it right now. It looks pinkish, purplish, right? And then I tilt it, then it looks yellow. and then it almost looks like green, like at another angle. Like just look at that. It's like purple, pink, and yellow. Like that just blows my mind. So I think I want to do the sea sparkle on top of this green ornament. So let's do it. Let's see, I'm going to go back to using that size 2 brush. So sea sparkles right here. Let's add a little dot. Put that right up there. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty already. I can see the color changing. It is so cool. All right, if you're just joining us, these metallic watercolors are from MAB Watercolors, and I'm using the Sea Sparkle color, and they're color changing. They're chameleon type of watercolors, and they are stunning. You can find the link in the description box. Oh my gosh. Okay, I obviously did not measure correctly, so it's going to be totally off center. That's all right. Oh my gosh, I just can't. Wow. I'm just going to use this as the outline on this side. I mean, especially when you consider the fact, again, let me kind of try to tilt it. So like you can see the green, right? But then you can also see the blue-gray, like, I think I'm going to add some highlights with my pen just to kind of like emphasize it a little bit more. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. It's not perfect, but that's okay. This is just a sketchbook practice. I like it. I think the white, yeah, definitely helps kind of like make it pop. Oh, love these glitters. Okay. Let's see. So I also wanted to try like other, let's see, like other details. Maybe I'll use my colored pencil. Let me see. I think for this one, I'm going to do like this dark red kind of details, or maybe I'll use the purple. No. Maybe the fire opal? Ooh. We'll see. No, I think I like this purple violet color for, so these are my Caran d'Ache colored pencils. And I'm just going to do this and do do like different designs, and then maybe go over certain areas with the fire opal. We'll see, we'll see. Hi, Keith. Oh, the pen, the white pen. Yes, I like them too. They are very easy to use. Yes. Okay. Oh, now that I made this one super thick, I got to make the other ones a little bit thicker. I mean, I don't have to, but okay. So I like that. Maybe I will go in there with some, maybe not the fire opal. It might be a little hard to see. Maybe I'll do like one of these golden ones. Let me see. I think this saffron, no, the fairy dust. Oh, let's use the fairy dust. Beautiful. I'm going to use this just to kind of like dot it. Let me see. I'm trying to like look at some like other designs that I see in the photographs that I brought up. I don't want to make it too complicated because, you know, I don't like to get like lost in the details because I can sometimes get too lost. So I don't want to do that. I want to do like just enough where, ooh. Yeah, right? Like just enough so that it's not too overwhelming. This one, maybe I'll do like a scalloped edge. Very cute. Again, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'd love to talk about watercolor or maybe what was your Thanksgiving, you know, Thanksgiving like? Did you get anything cool for Black Friday? Yeah, let me know. Maybe I'll just do stripes up here. Maybe at the bottom too. Just keep it consistent. Oh, fun. So shiny. Look at that. Okay. So something that I'm really excited for next year is I do want to bring gold foil accents to my products. So I'm thinking of, actually, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. There is something over there. Maybe I'll grab it later. But there is yeah, a lot of designs where I feel like, oh, just a little touch of gold will elevate this from blah to wow, you know? And there are a couple designs where, yeah, I wish I had added some gold foil, but I'm like, but I couldn't because I didn't have the means to do so at that time. I did have birthday cards or birthday cake designs where I added the very minimal touches of gold foil, rose gold foil. But yeah, but it was kind of hard to do like any complex designs. So in 2025, I definitely want to start adding that to my greeting cards. I also want to come out with some foiled prints because I used to do a lot of calligraphy. If you didn't know, I actually learned calligraphy before I learned watercolor, and there's a lot of quotes that I've written, just a lot of yeah, sayings or yeah, stuff like that. And I wish that yeah, I made prints out of them. And so I'm thinking, oh, would it look kind of cool with foil instead of just like plain black writing? So you have that to look forward to. I'm also thinking of coming out with like stickers, certain sticker designs that are foiled. So yeah, I hope you're super excited because man, I would put gold foil on everything if I could, but I think people would think I'm crazy. So I don't want that to happen. Okay, three more or two more. Three down, two to go. All right, what else? What else? So what about like a snowflakey kind of design? What if I did snowflakes on this one with like one of the bluish colors? Let's see. Let's see. So this vivid number 7 might look really pretty, or maybe this azure, or I could always do the snowflakes with like just a dark blue, you know, just from my palette, like my regular watercolors, and then add some of these sparkles on top of it. Like this dazzle is really pretty. It's very sheer, and I think that'll look really nice just over certain parts of that snowflake or like over certain parts of the entire ornament. So, so many ideas. I think I'll do it just with watercolor first, or I'll do it with my color pencils because it's just a little easier to draw. So let me grab, this is an indigo color. Let's see, night blue. Actually, this might be the best, this malachite green, because it's a little bit, you know, greenish, bluish. Cobalt blue might also work really well. Let's see. It's between those two now. Let's see. Snowflakes. All right. I think maybe I'll just do like 2 types. Yeah. Or maybe not even snowflakes. Maybe just like, sorry, I'm just like looking at the computer. Maybe even like starburst kind of designs. I'm trying to think as I'm kind of scrolling through. Meh, I think it's okay. All right. I just don't want to like mess up the design, but I mean, in general, you just got a main line, and it's usually mirrored like that. And then we've got a lot of other, I'm gonna do 6. I feel like I made it a lot more complicated than I wanted to, but oh well. Okay, let's see. So now I'm just gonna do that design, or maybe just do other designs like around it. So let's see. I think I'll just do the same design. There we go. And then I think I'm going to use that Dazzle color, like I said. I really, really like it. So Dazzle. And then I think I'm going to add it to like some of these highlights here, maybe on top of some of the snowflake parts. Well, let's just see how it turns out. Again, it's very translucent, so you might not see it immediately on the screen, but give it a moment and then I'll, hold it up to the light so you can see it. Okay. Oh, you can kind of see it now. Yeah. I like that it's sheerer. I'm just adding it to everywhere where the snowflake is not now. It just kind of makes sense to do it like that. Yeah, because it's so translucent, it actually makes the ornament like really shine in all the best ways. It's not taking away from the color, it's not changing the color at all. It's allowing the transparency so that the original ornament color can still shine, but now it's shining also with this glitter. Oh my gosh. I am just in awe. Like, look at this. Okay, I'm sorry. I wish I had this ornament in real life. Like, that is so pretty. Oh, wow. I really wish I had that in real life. Oh my gosh. Okay, last one. Oh, what should we do for this last one? Oh my goodness, it's almost 9. Okay, you guys, I'm really sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I apologize that I didn't really say that I was going to be on this late. But I'm glad that you're still hanging out with me. Thank you. Let's see. Let's just do something simple. Let's just make it polka dots. I mean, let's not go too crazy. So let's do some of these, maybe. I don't really have a good color pencil color. I think maybe I'll use this golden crown color, or maybe I'll use a fire opal. This unicorn magic. Why is it so hard? So many colors, so many choices. Okay, I kind of want to see what the fire opal is going to look like. So why don't I use this same color and just do a lot of like little dots. I'm going to use an even smaller brush. Okay. I'm going to use even smaller brush. I don't have that many like teeny tiny brushes. Or I used to, but I don't do as much like highly detailed work anymore. Like this 00 is pretty tiny, but it's also the brushes, the bristles have seen better days. Okay, well, this size 2 is fine. I'll just make sure it's not too wet so that I don't get blobs. So I'm just going to do like a lot of little dots. Just to give it like a little bit of texture. And this is actually very similar to what my tutorial is going to be about. So you're kind of getting a sneak peek. Okay, I don't know how much I like that. Actually, I don't think I like that at all. Because in the, so I'm just going to water them down. Because in the actual tutorial, like it'll make more sense. It doesn't look like this actually. So yeah, I'll come back to this later. But in the meantime, I'm just going to quickly activate these and just spread them out. But then now I have to wait for it to dry again. So, wah wah. Okay, I'll just wait for it to dry. It's all good. Well, let's just, maybe what I'll do is then add the baubles. So let's do that. I'm going to use this as my ruler. I'll use like coordinated coordinated color pencil. And then I'll use some brown, and actually maybe I'll use my yellow ochre here for like the little golden. I accidentally put the pink over that. That's okay. Just keep these shapes like simple, you know? Like you can definitely make them more realistic and make them more detailed, but like when you're working in a sketchbook, like it's okay to be a little bit more like loose about it. And I think like when you put more pressure, then that's when it becomes less enjoyable. So yeah, don't make it more difficult than it has to be. All right, I think this is like basically dry. So I'm gonna go in there with a fire opal, and I'm actually not gonna do any details on that one. I'm just gonna leave it plain and then add some fire opal just over that circle area. This color though, seriously, it is stunning. I wonder how it'll layer. Ooh. Interesting. It's adding like the slightest shimmer to my ornament. I'm laying it thin in some areas and then laying it thicker in certain other areas just to see kind of like what would happen. So you can sort of see that like down here in this corner, not corner, side of the ornament, it's a little bit thicker, and over here in the middle as well. But you can still see that there's a shine over the entire ornament too. Oh my gosh. Okay, I really wish I had these ornaments in real life. Like, don't you? Like, oh my goodness. I am in love. Again, these watercolor glitter metallic watercolors are, you can find them in the description box below. And yeah, please make sure to check them out. They are so beautiful, so stunning. Alrighty, guys. Let me just make sure to get my screenshot and then we'll chat. Oh, there's Charcoal hanging out today. Charcoal? Hi. Good boy. Hi. All right, so let me just get my screenshot real quick. Okay, that's good. Ooh, I'm trying to get like a close look at these. Yeah, the ones where it's a little bit more translucent, like it's like from different angles, you just see, you know, different colors, and it is just so stunning. So stunning. She did an amazing job with these paints. So please make sure to check out her store, MAB Watercolors. Yeah. So this dot card, it's the bestseller set, and so you kind of just get a little bit of everything. So she has different collections, like the mirror collection, the chameleon, uh, the glitter, no, holographics, something like that. So there's like different collections, and so this is just a small sample of each of those. So this I think is really great, and this dot card goes a long way. Like, she's very generous in how much she gives you, and yeah, a little bit goes a long way. I mean, I've used it to create these swatch charts. I've created a handful of cards already. And then, you know, I just used it just now and it's still going strong. Like, you know, a little bit. Watercolor is always, a little bit goes a long way. So yeah, thanks again so much for joining. Yeah, again, thank you so much for understanding, you know, how I took a couple days off, just to be with our family, be with our cat Aslan. I will say that, yeah, it's been very, like, there are ups and downs, right? I think with any grieving, any mourning, there's always going to be times where, you know, yeah, you feel it really, really deeply. And then there are moments where you just go about your day and you're completely fine, you know, but then you get triggered by like the tiniest thing. So I think that's kind of where we are right now. Well, some of our friends actually gifted a watercolor portrait. Actually, one of my friends does watercolor portraits, and so my other friends commissioned her to paint one of Aslan for us, and it is so sweet. He's sitting on our mantle right now, and yeah, I think those little things like remind us that, you know, we need to be more, or at least for me, yeah, I don't want to speak for other people's experiences. I think for me, I've just learned that I need to be more grateful for the time that I had with him. I think it's easy to dwell on the last couple weeks of his life where he was losing weight rapidly. He was really sick. He was really sad. He was very weak, and it's easy to kind of like focus on that. And I'll also admit, so we did at home euthanasia, and I'll admit that that process was also kind of traumatic. So I don't want to go too far into deep or too deep into that in case I don't want to trigger anyone else. But yeah, it was a little bit traumatic. And so instead of replaying those last moments over and over again, I've been practicing like being more thankful, you know, because again, he had more than 10 years of like a good life, a good, healthy, you know, energetic, exciting life. And so, and thank goodness that I was taking photos and videos like every single moment of every single day. So I have lots of footage to go through and a lot of memories to relive. And I think I want to remember Aslan in those moments rather than just, yeah, just how sick he was or how sad he was. And so, yeah, I think the best thing you can do is know that, you know, you love them well, especially with pets, you know, you love them well, you gave them the best care, and 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 that's something that you should be proud of, you know. So yeah, again, yeah, thank you everyone. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am. So if every once in a while, like especially during these live streams, if I get a little sad just like kind of out of nowhere, it's probably because of Aslan, because you know he would sometimes just randomly join me, or something might, you know, trigger a memory. So yeah, I'm like I'm in a really good place, you know, and I think like and even my husband, like he's been so supportive. Like he's just as heartbroken and just as sad with me, even though he didn't live with Aslan as long as I did, but they had such a close bond that I think, yeah, the loss is just as devastating for him. But yeah, I think another good thing that's been helping us kind of move on is that, you know, you just saw Charcoal, but Charcoal and Rocket, our newest cat, you know, they are kind of encouraging us to, you know, like, hey, we got to keep going, we got to keep living. So continuing to love them and, you know, treat them well and give them a good life is the best thing we can do. And yeah, that's where we are right now. Yeah. Anyway, I will be live again next Monday, the 16th, and then that'll be the last one of the year. Yeah, because the following week is the week of Christmas, then it's the week of New Year's and New Year's Day. So, yeah. Again, my online shop closes in 2 days, so make sure to check out my stuff. Next year, I'll be coming out with like a lot of different kinds of products, but I'll also be retiring a lot of my designs. So if you were like, yeah, eyeing anything, please make sure to check out the shop. I'm sure the link is in the description box below. And then, yeah, something else that I really want to do is I need to clear out some inventory. So if you don't mind getting some off-seasoned products, then I might do, or not I might, I will do like mystery grab bags. I don't know exactly what to call it right now, but something like that where you just pay a flat fee and I'll kind of like stuff it with different things, and it's just it'll be a surprise. Maybe I'll call it that, surprise bag. Surprise, surprise something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll come up with the name later, but I'm gonna do that because I need to get rid of some inventory, and I would love for it to, yeah, still go to homes that will appreciate it and use it for crafts, greeting cards, you know, their paintings, whatever they want to do. So yeah. Alrighty guys, well, have a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for all the love. Bye.